Mr. Nurk. Soon we must celebrate Victory Day, but our war in the borderlands has not reached many of its objectives. In fact, all progress has stalled and now all the plans for a great military parade are down the drain. I cannot help but blame you personally for many of our failures. You were in charge of the cyber division of opinion control. You were meant to spin all the situations into narratives to our favor. Can you explain your failures?
Actually, we have decisively infiltrated many YouTube comment sections and waylaid TikTok and Twitter algorithms to highlight our alternative facts and expose many of the deep conspiracies that exist against the old Federation. My fingers are sore from typing YouTube comments. I hit my quota of 1,000 comments per day easily without letting up a single time. I deserve a bonus, if you ask me.
Yet the general population seems to care less about Hunter Biden's laptop.
Well, sir, I still have a team working on the Hunter Biden laptop case, but we run into stiff resistance. The laptop story has been called a fake and irrelevant, and it's hard to convince people of the immoral behavior of their leaders if we cannot present direct evidence at all. On top of that, Hunter Biden is just a citizen, even though he is the son of the current president of the United States. There is really not much of a crime he committed. And although I would like to put more effort into it, I don't think the laptop story is going to punch any holes in our enemy's conviction in the ground. On top of all that, my yacht was confiscated, and now I don't have anywhere to go. I am beginning to seriously doubt that any of this was worth it.
So what do you propose we do? How am I going to address the people during the Victory Day parade?
I don't know. All I know is that I am going home. You are the architect of all this, so you go figure it out. Good day, Mr. Poopin.
Next. Bring in the next failure of a staff member. Mr. McGrumble. What do you have to say for yourself? Mr. Poopin. Forgive my insolence, sir, but I come bearing no good news whatsoever. The morale of the troops is exceedingly low, and large quantities of our military equipment has not been functioning in working order. I am deeply regretful that I have to inform you of advising you a general retreat. Are you insane? That will make me look weak. I cannot look weak. I will be the laughingstock of the entire universe. People will scoff and call me names. They will call me Poopy Pants, Dingleberry, Vlad the Squat. It's terrible. This can never happen. I will destroy the world. No, sir. You can try to order to launch nuclear missiles, but there is still a chain of command in the way between your red button and the actual activation codes being entered into the missile launch system. Not to mention the state of maintenance of the missile control system. It dates back to the 1990s. Very little maintenance has been performed at all. If half your tanks are not functioning already, how do you expect your intercontinental missiles will perform? Get out! Who is the next complete moron to come through that door? The Snurk father. Why are you here?
I am just as surprised as you. I can see the little snurk inside of you has brought you far. I am very proud, indeed. Whoa, what are you doing with that gun? I am completely innocent, I swear. Put that thing away. Stop pointing it at me. Please?
Good riddance. Who is next?
Mr. President, we have a video call for you from President Zelensky of the Borderlands. Would you like to see him now?
Good grief. Really? I cannot stand that guy. Okay. Put him on the view screen.
Well, if it isn't President Poopin. So how is the war going for you? Are you enjoying yourself? Got much to celebrate yet, old friend?
Why don't you give up yet? I need the borderlands to be under my control. Think of the Empire. We are one people. How many more cities do I need to reduce to rubble before you get it?
Can you hear yourself talk, Poopin? Indeed, our people once fought and died together to defeat the Nazis. Albeit the leadership from the old Federation was even more destructive than the whole Nazi Empire itself. The Nazis were ultimately defeated.
How on earth do you manage to accuse us of being Nazis nowadays? Because we chose a path of freedom and democracy? How on earth is that akin to the Nazi regime? Can you not see that your impression is far more akin to the Nazi fascism that we all take pride in having defeated? The old Federation only ever brought death, destruction and misery to the borderlands. Of course we did not want to be part of that anymore. And now you keep on brazenly lying to spin a story that we are the bad guys.
You are just a proxy of NATO. The United States are upon us. The encroachment of the West must be stopped at all cost. The borderlands must be ours.
Yeah. Well, guess what? The majority of the world disagrees with you, and blames you personally for all the atrocities committed by your armies. The influx of advanced weaponry to our side is really picking up too. Your own proxy armies have already turned their heels and left the battlefields because of a complete mismanagement from your part. What are you going to do about that?
I hate you, Zinsky. I will destroy you no matter what. The borderlands will be mine. Even if I have to destroy the whole world for it.
No, Poopin. This is supposed to be Victory Day, the day we celebrate the defeat of the oppressor. But you turned everything around. The world agreed to never again let a fascist oppressive regime invade other countries to subdue and eradicate their population. How can you celebrate the victory over such a thing while being exactly that, which you claim to hate? Why are you empty of spirit, Poopin? Why did you forfeit your dignity, your honor, your very soul? To what end? Mankind is supposed to have grown past the petty material ambitions. How easy it is to redeem at least some part of yourself, simply by stopping this nonsense.
I will tell you what is nonsense. Resisting my demands while I have a big red button to push. All the destruction will be on you. If you only did what I told you to. What the hell is going on?
You are coming with me to the big man.
What? Where did I go all of a sudden?
Hey there, buddy. Welcome to this relaxing space of mine. I hear you could use a little coaching.
Who the crap are you? Why did you abduct me? You are not going to get away with this.
Relax, my man. This is a safe space. We don't have to be antagonizing each other. No one is going to hurt you. Everything here is fine and dandy. I am Lord Zelf. I am the one on the other side of the line that's always open. Always listening to everything you get to think while you think you're all alone. And while you think that may be disconcerting, I am also very discreet. I don't snitch or tell on you. But if you pay ever so slightly a little bit of attention, you know that I provide honest feedback too, all of the time. And as I am the spirit that is on the other side of the line of everyone else in the world too, that means I am actually pretty much all-knowing of every thought there's in all of mankind. And animals too. But that's a different thing, for now.
You look pretty daft to me. And what do you want? Let me out of here. I need to prepare my victory speech.
What use is a victory speech if it is all based on a bunch of baloney? The Karma Angel brought you here because you are extremely detached from your humanity, and you actually know and hate that about yourself. She figured you required a little coaching. That is why you are here. To meet me in person is actually pretty rare. Normally this is only reserved for psychonauts who actively seek me out in this form, and even then, they usually get waylaid to the boulevard of machine elves. Because, admittedly, machine elves put up a pretty amazing display, most of the time. And I don't feel like talking so much. I provide my feedback through thought sentiment, a far more instantaneous conveyor of messaging. Pretty much light speed fast, that is.
Then why do you bother? I am having a tough enough time as it is, keeping track of all the strings I have to pull to keep my empire together. A great help you are. Either do something useful or get out of my way.
Well, Mr. Poopin, I am actually the best friend you can possibly have. Because I am always listening and know your deepest thoughts and feelings, and I have been providing all the feedback I can muster to bring you to your senses. But here's the thing. The deal that mankind brokered is one of increased higher cognition. This gives you a lot of freedom to function solely on that higher cognition, which provides many ways to bypass the feedback mechanism. And it enables you to unlearn to actually heed this feedback. In other words, you have not been listening. And this is your own choice. All your problems are of your own design.
Of my own design? How is my stunted growth something of my own design? I blame my genetics. I inherited short genes from my parents. I would send them to the gulag if they were not already dead.
But your parents loved you, Vlad the Squat. They were very proud that you became such a successful politician. And who cares that you are so short? Look at me. I have very silly feet. At least that would be the case if I were human. And I happen to know for a fact that all humans think that they have silly feet too. At least they do, some of the time. But none of their feet are as silly as mine are. It's pretty funny. Vlad, you should learn to laugh at yourself sometimes.
I never really knew you existed. How does that work?
You didn't listen. Your choice to ignore. But that comes with ignoring incredibly knowledgeable feedback. That's pretty silly too, if you ask me, but silly of the bad kind.
So what is the most important piece of advice you can give me?
Friendship over violence. Honesty over deceit. Tolerance over xenophobia. Just drop the charade.
Right. Okay, thanks. Bye. Ignoring in T-3, T-2, T-1. Please. I think I may just have had a fit. Better I keep this speech simple and repeat the same narrative that has been exhaustingly debunked forever by now, but who cares? Nobody believes me anyway anymore, at this point. Better get this thing over with. The sooner this day is done, the better. What a farce.